I'm Rodger Riney. I'm a husband, I'm a father, and a grandfather. I'm married to Paula, my wife, for 37 years.
He's the CEO of a company that he started up 37 years ago and has just grown phenomenally.
About 2.5 years ago, I noticed that I was a little tireder than I had normally been.
He'd been falling asleep at not the greatest times.
When I allegedly started falling asleep in meetings and not remembering that I had, I got a little more concerned.
And I'll never forget that day, September 18th, 2015, we got the diagnosis.
The diagnosis that I had something called multiple myeloma. And it was explained to us that it was a blood cancer that was not curable, but it was treatable. Well, treatable sounds pretty good. I didn't know the statistics.
Neither one of us expected cancer in any form.
I think Paula probably did take it a little harder. She's probably a little smarter than I am, and she probably figured out, this is no walk in the park. And I kind of went over my head, hey, we worked through everything else in life. This is not going to be a problem. I had this almost arrogance of, I've always been lucky, and things have always worked out.
And how many years do we actually have? This is a cancer that's treatable, but it's not curable.
This multiple myeloma has just totally changed my perspective, as you can imagine. I mean, I'm not going to be here unless Siteman finds a cure, which I would be all in favor of. Under Dr. Viz's suggestion, we did chemotherapy for about 4 months, had what's called a stem cell transplant. That was the toughest part of all this, was that transplant, and then staying in the hospital for 18 nights, watching the little TV up on the wall with limited channels, right? And just not feeling good. It was rough.
I think the hardest part has been seeing what he's had to go through physically. To me, that's been really difficult.
What was the most comforting was Paula's care. I mean, she really took care of me. Now that it's been a year since the transplant, I'm feeling pretty well, really pretty normal. Kind of started thinking about I could do more. Could I be more meaningful in finding a cure? I mean, I have a vested interest in a cure in 4 years, not a cure in 40 years. So I'm trying to do that and hope that others will too. A cure is needed. I mean, better medicines are needed today. I'm gonna push for the cure and try to affect my own destiny, as selfish as that might sound, but I think it will help a lot of other people too. I think one of the most important things that Siteman guided me towards was something called a compass study, and I'm in that study. And it's one where your bone marrow is stored and genomics is run at the appropriate time to see what genes you have, how you progress through the disease, what they can glean from your genes and others as to what is a commonality. It may not help me, but I do think over a period of years, it will be extremely valuable. I feel good about being involved. It's amazing what coming down with the disease yourself does to your perspective. 2 or 3 years ago, I had little perspective. It certainly made me a lot more appreciative of what we have. But if I would have known what was coming, I would have done some things differently. I would have reduced my workload before now. I would have taken more trips. I would have enjoyed my family more. I sure would. I would absolutely.
And we don't know what the future holds. So we just enjoy every day to the fullest.
I want to spend time with my loved ones and take some trips, live life a little differently than we have for a long time. Everything you read is very positive. The research that's being done, the progress that they're making, the clinical trials that are being done, and things are moving really quickly. And I think for anyone with cancer, it looks so much brighter than it ever did before. multiple myeloma is, they're getting so close, I believe.
I would hope that our children won't have to face this horrible disease. And if not them, at least our grandchildren won't have to face this with the research that's being done. I am so lucky to have Rodger in my life, and I want him to be in my life for a long, long time.
They're getting so close that I just feel that in 10 years, we're going to be there. Let's get the money, let's put the money in there and let's knock it out. Save a lot of lives.